Don't do what I do inside the guard most of the time. Okay, so from here, right, what I'm wanting to do with his hands is I don't want his hands touching my collar. So one of the problems with grabbing the gi and relying on this, yeah, for my structure, is that if he moves my hands and I'm not using my hips, I fall forwards. Yeah? So always think about using your hips for your defense, right? And it's hard to think about that, to think about your hips and your hands. There's a lot going on all the time. Yeah, right? But by doing that with your hips correctly, which I'm not, it allows my hands to not have to be used for my posture. Yeah? So it means if I'm sitting here with my posture correct, he's trying to grab my collar, I can use my hands to defend. If my hands are my structure, I can't move them. And then you can grab my collar. So that's the first part of your defense, is that your hips are controlling your posture so that your hands are free to go to defend his hands. Right? Okay? That said, you can grab here like this, but this is not to hold you up. Sit up. That's what it's for. Sit up. Yeah? It's not holding me up, it's stopping him sitting up. Right? Okay? So the way things look and the way things work and feel are different. Right? So I like to put a finger inside there like this to hold it, because then I've got two fingers holding one side of the gi, yeah? And I've got 3, 4 holding the other one. If I grab like this thumb's over by itself. Yeah? There's a massive gap between there and my first finger. So by having your first finger in there, now you've got 2 fingers at least holding this. Makes it a lot easier, like that. Alright? I'm gonna hold this, pass it under my hand. Yeah? Some people like to stand up one hand at a time. I like to jump up, so I put lots of pressure. Jump. Now I'm transferring this and I'm going both hands onto this to hold it. Yeah? From here, my elbows are in. You can keep holding onto that and open it. Yeah? I like to keep hold of this and use one hand here, or you can use your elbow to shake it open. Right? So when the person has their feet, if I do a slow push, don't open. Yeah? Right? If I go like that and make it a short, sharp little movement, and I use my heels, yeah? He has it, when he's trying to clench with his ankles, it's very hard for him to like do it short and fast. It's really, your legs are really good at holding a very strong, long movement, but not very good at reacting to short, sharp ones, right? So when I'm up here, close your feet. When I get up here like this, and I put my hand here, I lift my heels, and it's open. It's very, very hard to stop that, right? There's a couple of different ways you could pass from here. It depends on what he's doing. So I could do this and pass that way, or you can keep hold of this and pass this way. Yeah? You've got a few options, lots of things are going to happen, right? So you're using your hips as your balance, right? Ignoring the way that I'm sitting and talking, right? Okay, you've got a free meniscus for me, fine one, right? Okay, so you're using your hands to defend this, right? Wait, hit him in his face, right? Okay, when you want, you can grab here like this, and you can grab one of his hands and pin it underneath here like this, okay? So I call this stand with a hand, so you remember to stand with a hand, right? Okay, the main benefit is, if I stand like this without any hands, what's his response? Double ankle sweep, right? So he's got both his hands free. So one of the benefits of the stand with a hand pass is you have one of his hands. So now he can't do that sweep, right? I'll let go as I'm posturing, 2 to 1, here. Some people like to hold on to that and open it like this. And if he starts pulling down hard, you can transfer the weight to your elbow. So the more he pulls, the more it's going to open his own leg. Like this, open it. Yeah, you can either go this side, or you can pass on that side. Depends. You've always want to have 2 options, right? When you're passing, because it depends what happens. If I push this down, yeah, and I can feel him starting to roll his legs because pressure this way, then I'm going to pass on this side. Yeah, right? So you can't predict exactly what's going to happen. Something's going to happen. You've got two options here. So I'm here, in my collar, cuff. Good line, or what I call matrix style with the kids. So I'm here. You could even kick this with the left hand. Pass. And here's. Cool. 23.